Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the facts and the story of how the United States created the atomic bomb during World War II is one of science, secrecy, fear, and immense consequences. It all began in 1938 when German scientists discovered that uranium atoms could be split, releasing enormous amounts of energy through a process called nuclear fission. This discovery alarmed physicists around the world, especially as Nazi Germany began expanding its military dominance in Europe. In 1939, Hungarian physicists Leo Szilard and Eugene Wigner approached Albert Einstein and urged him to write a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. In this letter, Einstein warned of the possibility that Germany could develop an incredibly destructive bomb. The letter reached Roosevelt in October 1939, triggering the beginning of what would become the most secretive and ambitious scientific project in history. By 1942, the U.S. government officially launched the Manhattan Project, a massive, top-secret effort to build an atomic bomb before the Axis powers. It brought together many of the world's leading scientists and engineers, including J. Robert Oppenheimer, who was appointed the scientific director, and General Leslie Groves, who managed the military operations. Key facilities were established across the country. Los Alamos in New Mexico became the center for bomb design and assembly. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, handled uranium enrichment, and Hanford, Washington, produced plutonium in newly built nuclear reactors. The project employed over 130,000 people, most of whom were unaware of the true nature of their work. The scientific and engineering challenges were enormous. The team had to develop methods for enriching uranium to produce U-235 and synthesize plutonium-239, both of which could sustain a chain reaction. At Oak Ridge, massive calatrons and gas diffusion plants worked around the clock to extract uranium isotopes. At Hanford, reactors churned out plutonium, a man-made element never seen in nature. Meanwhile, at Los Alamos, Oppenheimer's team was tasked with designing two types of bombs, Little Boy, which used uranium in a gun-type design, and Fat Man, which used plutonium in a more complex implosion-type mechanism. The precision required was staggering, especially for the implosion bomb, which needed perfectly symmetrical explosive lenses to compress the plutonium core. After years of intense work, the first successful test of a nuclear device took place on July 16, 1945, in the New Mexico desert. Known as the Trinity test, the explosion created a blinding flash and a mushroom cloud that soared into the sky. Scientists and military officials watched in awe and horror. Oppenheimer, recalling a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, later said, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The test confirmed that the United States had developed the most powerful weapon in history. Less than a month later, the bomb was used in war. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped the Little Boy bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, instantly killing tens of thousands of people. 3 days later, on August 9, the Fat Man bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. By the end of 1945, over 200,000 people, mostly civilians, had died as a result of the two atomic bombings. On August 15, Japan announced its surrender, bringing World War II to an end. The Manhattan Project succeeded in its goal, but it also opened the door to the nuclear age, the Cold War, and a global arms race that continues to influence international politics to this day. Many of the scientists who had worked so hard to build the bomb later questioned its use and the morality of unleashing such destruction. J. Robert Oppenheimer, in particular, became a controversial figure, facing political backlash during the Red Scare. The story of America's atomic bomb is more than a tale of scientific triumph. It's a sobering reminder of the power humanity holds and the ethical questions that power demands we confront. At last but not the least, like, share, comment and subscribe if you had not subscribed.